This is reposted.
Larry, pay attention. Today we are looking at a thought from lifestyle medicine pioneer Dr. Beth Frates on Twitter. She says, when you enter a room, what kind of energy do you hope to give off? Is it peaceful, energizing, loving, kind, empowering? Kind of lets it go on from there. I think you have a very certain energy that you bring into a room. I know naturally I bring into a room a certain energy that I try to fight off. Um, what do you think?
Okay, I love that you started there because I immediately thought of the energy that you bring to a room. I thought about all the different places that we've gone. We've been in venues watching bands together. We've been poker together. We've been in parties together. I think you give off a sort of quiet, confident, and a slightly uh, uh, someone that doesn't want to talk a lot, introverted vibe. That's the vibe I feel like you give.
I think that's the positive way to spin it. And I think also I put off resting jerk face. And I think people are like very unapproachable. We were in, I don't know if you were there, but we were in, no, you weren't. We were in Scottsdale for spring training. And they're like, all right, Keller, you got to go negotiate with the ticket scalpers because you're intimidating and you don't mind being a jerk to these people. And I was like, that's not really my personality, but it's something you just kind of have to fight off. And I think, like, I wonder about you, like, if you go into a parent teacher conference, do you consciously think, all right, I need to like put a different hat on? Because you have a lot of energy and that might come off as like a lot for teachers. Or do you think about these things?
I try to, specifically when I don't know people, just try to go like no talk. Like, I think the energy I usually give off is like I'm trying to assess the situation and see how these people are going to take me. So I typically walk into the room and don't talk a lot. So I think my first impression is way different than I actually am, which is funny because that's how you are. Your first impression is not how you are.
Right. Yeah, I've heard throughout my life, and I think I hear a bit less now because I've adjusted. But I'll become friends with someone, and like a month or two in, they'll be like, "Man, the first time I met you, I thought you were so angry all the time. I thought you were mad. Like you're not that person, and you're not." So sometimes you can use this thing to your benefit. Like if you're going into a meeting to negotiate something, maybe you want to walk in with a different posture. You want to present something. But I think in your day-to-day life, I think you need to take stock of how people view you if you want to possibly be successful. I mean, I
But
don't
he,
know.
but I think that's just we're talking just first impressions, like the overall energy. When you're there, you feel comfortable with your friends, your office, wherever you are. What energy are you giving off? Like once everybody kind of knows you, Andrew, like in the room, what
Right.
vibe are you throwing?
Yeah. I don't know. I think, yes. Was that a question? Or I'm lost. We haven't done
No,
this in a while.
what like when I go into my main thing in life is for people to get along. I'm
Okay.
like whatever. I'm anti-confrontational. So when I'm in a room, I think I bring this positive vibe of like, hey,
Yes.
who cares if we get anything done? Let's just all get along. And that's not great and that's not bad. It's just that's the vibe I bring. Let's get along. I think that's
Okay.
the vibe I bring.
So
So
you're
what's your
you're
vibe?
saying there's like two different. What's my vibe? I'll get to that. There's two different approaches to it. Like when you're meeting new people, what energy do you want to enter the room with? And then once you're going with people you know, what's the energy? Do you
Yeah.
think it's two complete? I think. Well, I like to think that when I enter a room with people I know, I'm going to be fun and engaging. But I don't think I'm. I think I still default back to what my original is if I'm not consciously making an effort to be fun and exciting. I think people ask me what's wrong a lot. And most of the time nothing's wrong. I think I'm maybe more in your first mindset all the time. Like I'm trying to read the room and I'm trying to adapt to who the other person is and try to come to their energy level rather than trying to set the tone. I think I'm more beta in that instance. I don't know if that's a beta move or not, but
I would did a little bit of research this on like where your energy kind of comes from. Like how are people judging your energy when you're in the room? People, it's from your eyes. Like you're giving off the energy of who you are
yeah.
from your eyes, which I think is fascinating because I've ever done anything with my eyes when I walked into a room. But most of the people are getting your vibe by looking at your eyes.
Yeah. I think something that I've found to be funny is my fiance knows my moods better than I do. So before I realize I'm upset, she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "What?" And I guess she can read my eyes. I don't know.
This is also too, like, you can go online and take a bunch of these tests. Who knows how good they are
Right.
about the energy you give. And so I took a couple of them this morning, and this is my favorite question. This is like this, how you answer this question will show you the energy that you're putting off.
Right.
What does a room with a dark ambiance make you feel like the most?
Oh, that makes me feel scared.
Seriously,
What does that? What does that make you want to start dancing to heavy metal? Like, what's your answer to that?
it makes you feel like someone's going to come out and maul me. Okay, so before we wrap up, my thing is this: is like, can you change your energy? Like, can you mentally prepare yourself to give off an energy when you walk in a room?
I think you can do it for a finite amount of time, but I think you're going to always naturally revert back to it, unless maybe you do it enough, like you were saying, I don't know, a week or two ago, about if you do something for 30 days, it becomes a habit. I don't know, can you make your energy, I guess you could make your energy when you enter a room to be more of a habit.
The energy I'm bringing today, party with the tank top. It's party. It's
Party boy
energy.
Larry is bringing the energy today. All right, guys, if you have some energy you'd like us to discuss further, please reach out. You can find us at Reposted Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. I'm Andrew Keller for Larry Robertson. Thanks for stopping by.